Our guest for today is coming from Accor. Joanna is Vice President for Marketing, Communication, the Guest Experience. Start to talk with Joanna. She will have a presentation about what should hoteliers do regarding marketing in this unusual time. So, Joanna, stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly connect to the presentation. I think I'm with you. I hope that you see it. In the meantime, let me also disconnect the camera. Okay, that's you. All right. Hopefully you already see my presentation. I have got just a few slides for you to share to answer the questions what we as a hoteliers supposed to do in regarding to the marketing. Let me start with saying that I hope that you are all safe and your families are also safe, because that's the most important. In the recent weeks, we have observed an exceptional moment of the history for our industry that has been extremely challenging time for all of us. And we need to all acknowledge that we are in the new reality, and that's the new reality won't change. I mean, it's going to evolve. We are not going to come back to what we used to. We are facing totally different challenges that we had like months ago. The novel virus that kept us contained in our homes for already weeks or months has been reoriented the way how we are thinking, how our guests are thinking, working and spending time. Just have a glimpse look on this slide, on this chart illustrating how coronavirus has impacted the way we use social media. Customer behaviors has already changed, as I said, and we see that on those graphs. When we look at the time that we are all spending on social media, the time we are spending on internet. And we need to really take it into account when we are launching all our communication. So what is important is to understand that more than ever, our customers that are right now on mobiles, laptops, they are online. Even look at us today. We are all online using the virtual technology for connecting. So that's why we need to be there. You need to be where your guests are, and they are today online. So you might then ask yourself the question, okay, but then how are we supposed to communicate? What kind of tone of voice we supposed to use? How to speak? What kind of messaging is sensitive, clever, and converts? First of all, you need to know that personally, I'm not a fan of one-size-fits-all approach. But with no doubt, we need to be transparent. When we communicate, we need to communicate clearly. For example, about our cancellation policy, about terms and conditions. So there is no more place for kind of small asterisks or hidden messages. We need to be very, very transparent. And in the same time, entertaining. We need to be funny, engaging. The content needs to be like really appealing, but also in the same time need to be helpful. I would not go into all the references with the coronavirus only, because people, they were stuck for weeks. And when they went through quite sometimes even traumatic moments, and we are all, I think, fed up of bad and traumatic news. So we are all looking for the bright sky. So whatever is positive, and this positiveness is supposed to be in the air and definitely in our communication. And the last but not the least, we have to be reassuring and caring, especially now in the context of hotels reopening. And as we are talking about caring approach, just few initiatives illustrating what we've been doing in Accor that hopefully will inspire some of you. One of the initiatives, and I think it's not only Accor one, but coming from really heart of the hotel owners, is that a lot of hotels around the world are being used for support for healthcare workers and all those that are in the front lines of the fight against COVID-19, offering the shelter, opening the hearts for others, and creating like those real human relation, which is really the essence of the hospitality. But also the smaller gestures matters. For example, the lighting and illuminating the building facades with the shape of heart, which was aiming to support, to give the hope. So a lot of hotels in the evenings, they were illuminating those hearts that you see on the screen. Or more meaningful and significant contribution to solidarity initiatives like All Heartist Fund, which is 70 million euro COVID special purpose vehicle, which helped the group to further deploy its solidarity initiatives to support frontline healthcare professionals, also non-profit organizations. What is important to mention is that the fund is also assisting the Accor network employees, as well as individual partners, meaning the owners of the hotels, who might be in the distress as a result of the sanitary crisis. So when we are talking about the communication, all those small and big gestures, they matter because we see how it resonates with our guests, members of our loyalty program, but also the ones that are in the close environment of the hotels. Moving forward, I thought that it will be good to show you some of the initiatives that we are doing pure related with the communication. So let me share with you All at Home campaign. All Accor Life Limitless, which is daily lifestyle companion, our lifestyle loyalty program that integrates rewards, services, and experiences throughout the Accor, has launched a new global digital entertainment campaign. It's aimed at letting guests and, of course, broader public discover new experiences and live their passions whilst being at home, as well as to adapt to their new living and working environment. As the word temporary press the pause button, we want our guests to continue living their passions. And we want to nourish the relation with them. So simply be close with them, be real companion, not just the loyalty program, but real lifestyle companion. So what we did, it's because you might wondering what is the mechanism of the campaign of this campaign. So thanks to All at Home social media campaign, all guests and of course the passionates of different topics can enjoy immersive, innovative, and inspiring content. This is kind of series themed around sport, food, and entertainment, which in fact are the top passions of all of us. So how does it work? You see on the screen some of the just a few print screens from the Instagram and Facebook pages. Each week through the Instagram and Facebook pages, all showcases exclusive content and live streams to its worldwide members and guests. From rigorous fitness trainers, different workouts, exclusive DJ sets playing lively beats, or masterclass cooking tutorials presented by world-leading chefs. Just to give you a few examples, in terms of sport, we have got exclusive interviews and morning routines with Paris Saint-Germain players, or training routines with double Olympic judo champion Teddy Riner. For the one that loves food and dining, we have got pastry chef, just recently Comte Lechat, being the best Parisian pastry chef in 2019, or cooking classes with Pierre Sang, or a lot of award-winning culinary artists. For entertainment, here we are capitalizing on our different partnerships. For example, we have got exclusive content and playlists from Montreux Jazz Festival, or we are showing emerging artists from Ibis Music. But also our brands are very active and regularly are sharing exclusive content that somehow respects their communication territory and passions. So each our brand has its own passions. Like, for example, Novotel spreads a wellness state of mind through added value content built together with Calm, which is #1 application in terms of meditation. Or Mercure is capitalizing on their talents who are sharing their cooking passions. Ibis is, of course, all about the music. And there is a good news, because after the rain, the sun will reappear. It's like a rule. So after a tremendous storm, we are now all happy to see brighter skies ahead, as some of the countries are deciding to relax travel restrictions. That means that some of the hotels are about to reopen very soon, or are already open. So then you might wondering, what now? Oh, gee, I'm going to open hotel within a few days. So what to do? So more than ever, how to communicate? So more than ever, our guests need to be reassured of the hotel or group ability to offer them safe and best welcome. So what we did in Accor to reassure guest safety as hotel reopen, so Accor has elevated safety and hygiene norms even further by launching All Safe label, which represents some of the most stringent cleaning standards and operational protocols in the world of hospitality. Those standards have been developed and also with and vetted by Bureau Veritas, a world-leading testing, inspection, and certification bureau. What is more, we have joined our forces with AXA, an international insurance company, to be sure that we can provide proper medical support for our guests all over the world. Accor guests will benefit from AXA most recent telemedical services through free access to the medical teleconsultation. Guests will get also access to the AXA's medical network. So, for example, our talents will be capable to direct guests that don't feel very well or might have some signals of COVID or any other to relevant specialists. And that's it. That's in all our 110 destinations worldwide. That being said, I'm moving to the last slide, which is just to finish before we'll go to the Q&A session. And I think it will be the key message at the end. In terms of communication, it's crucial to reassure our guests that hotel took all the measures to guarantee the safety. And the most important rule in communication, it doesn't matter if it's communication about COVID, post-COVID reality, in any communication, it's talk the talk and walk the walk. So that means that we need to make sure that whatever we are communicating, whatever messages we are pushing to our guests, it's fully corresponding with the hotel, in hotel reality, that it's happening. And just to finish, don't forget that in this new reality, the main goal should be to remain safe, welcoming, and even more warming, not only for our guests, but also for the teams, as they are playing the key role in the communication. They are the ones that are going to be your ambassadors. They are the ones that will make it or break the image of your hotels. In the same time, your talents, your employees are the ones that are going to build the reputation of your hotel. And reputation is going to be key. I was trying to do this presentation within shorter time, knowing that I've already was late. So let me come back to you, because I assume you might have some questions.
Hi, Joanna. Thank you for a really great presentation. It was really interesting to hear your experience in this unusual time. Every crisis is also a great opportunity. Where you see our opportunity in this strange time, in this awkward time?
Oh, there's I need to say that there's like many questions regarding to the future, but as well, it is a moment to think about the future, to reinvent ourselves. It's also a great opportunity to look with the fresh eyes and reborn the creativity and the joy of starting something new. So first of all, I think that we need to rethink what might be the future, might be the expectations. So for example, the digital journey will play, I believe, key role. What we need to do is enhance the possibility to move, for example, from online check-in that is already implemented in by a lot of groups to like self-check-in, very much like at the image of airlines industry, to, for example, avoid as much as possible the physical touch points. In Accor, we are also working on, for example, new mobile solution payment, digital key for the bedrooms, rethought checkout. So what to do that guest is just literally closing the door. But future will be also about like giving the choice, because still we are hotelier, still it's about relation. So the guests, they will need the interaction, but not all of them. So here it will be about the choice. And additionally, I believe that this storm and the new normal will push all of us, all the hoteliers, to rethink the segmentation, hotel by hotel, nationality mix. And I truly believe that the most creative hotels will find their niche target groups that today maybe they never thought about it. So I think that, there's plenty of opportunities ahead of us. Maybe I'm a marketer, so I'm always looking on the brighter side. But it's here up to us. Just we need to find our niche.
Thank you. For most hotel chains, key message now is safety. But what is another important message we need to emphasize to our guests? What is also important?
I would say that still we need to remember who we are. And then it's safety, and safety will be the key message, but that's the basic. What they need to feel, I think, it's that they are welcome. So here we need to somehow celebrate this, and I'm using this word celebrate the fact that our clients are coming back. So we need to provide the smile, still personalization. We need to
sparkle them. Smile with eyes.
Yeah, but in fact, smile, just look at me. Smile, it's here in the eyes. Even if it's covered by mask, the smile is here. And we need to, let's say, be with our teams and remind them that at the end of the day, it's about welcoming the guest. Having digitalized process or using all the distancing, reducing the touch points doesn't mean that we don't have to be hospitalized and smiling. At the contrary, more than ever, we need to celebrate together with our guests that are coming back, because we need to just be with their hearts and make sure that are coming back to us.
We know that except hygiene, distance is best prevention, and it's very important, and it's achievable, it's possible in restaurants, beaches, pools. But in Croatia, we have a lot of family hotels where the animation is USP, and how they can provide great service with these restrictions.
I need to say that I also have got 2 kids, so I was even myself wondering, how my summer is going to look like. But there is no doubt that all hotels must follow the rules taken by country authorities. I mean, there is no doubt about that. So today, in most of the European countries, kids clubs, children corners are not allowed. They are not allowed today. The question is if they are going to be allowed in July, August, because more and more, relaxation of the different policies are coming. Nevertheless, our mission is to keep guests safe and happy in those challenging times. And I would say that our hoteliers, they need to be simply creative. I think that still we should supposed to encourage our families that are coming to us to spend time together in the safe manner. For example, what we could do is to encourage them to visit the zoo, which is nearby, or go to visit some local attractions. So we need to make sure that those information about local attractions or how they can spend time differently than just on the beaches where the kids are in the kids clubs, they need to be provided. That means also that our talents, that our employees, they need to be aware what's going on in the city, what to visit. So for example, one of our brand, which is Mercure, has a Mercure Local Stories program that is very useful in the current situation, because it helps to discover local places that you cannot find in the guidebook. So we spend a lot of time looking for those local places that normally local only people are going, and then we are sharing with our guests. So here I think it will be challenge, and it will be hotel by hotel, but we need to encourage our families to spend the families that are visiting us to spend the time differently. And it's our responsibility to provide. Where I'm going?
Where are you going this? Where are you going this summer?
I already booked some stay on the Polish seaside, but still my family.
It's your usual destination where you are going.
No, it's not my usual. It's not my usual. I need to say that normally it was Spain, but not this year. It's not this year. But still, my family is pushing to maybe look around new destinations, and. Our flight's not bought yet because there is no this possibility, but maybe not only Polish seaside.
Joanna, how should we act in case we have a guest who is suspected to be positive on coronavirus? And of course, we want to avoid doctors, epidemiologists, and journalists showing up in hotel immediately. Because we know what does it mean if they...
I exactly know what you mean. I'm also in charge of the communication. So it's like $1 million questions. Oh, what to do not to be on the main newspaper on the front page. So in the current situation, we need to have, first of all, very strong procedures in case of COVID. I mean, they need to be in place. We cannot wait for the situation that the first this kind of event will happen, and then we'll be wondering what to do. So our employees, they need to know what to do in this kind of cases. So there is no doubt that we have to follow local guidelines. So the good practice is that the hotel is helping to get in touch with the local medical service. So for example, it's arranging the pickup. It might happen that, for example, we are just as a receptionist or the director, someone is calling, and then we are organizing that ambulance is coming from the back door or from the underground garage, because what we don't want to have, it's to have people in this antivirus overall, looking a bit like cosmonauts, being in front of the hotel, and then other guests are making the movies and immediately putting that on the social media, because here it's also time and it's quick. So we cannot have the situation that, the ambulance is coming with all those antivirus overall work people. And then we are looking for the guest. Where is he? Is he packed? So we need to make sure that everything is prepared when the ambulance...
No other guests taking the pictures and sending to the social media.
But also the way how we are acting. We cannot panic. We cannot panic. So our employees, they need to be trained. They need to understand that there are procedures in place, and they need to know what to do, because that's also very reassuring message for the rest of the guests that might be together with us. So they need to handle the stress and they need to be calm. So that's what I would say.
My last question, how do you leverage relationship with stakeholders in different destinations where you operate? Are you working alone or you are working together? And also, if we have a destination with a good epidemiological picture, should we promote first destination and then hotel, or opposite, and why?
That's in fact case by case. For Eastern Europe, we are covering 16 countries. And here we truly believe that close relation between the operation owners of the hotels and hotel teams that are crucial. So we are more in the favor of building co-creating different solutions. So for example, for all the procedures, we were building that were built by different operation people from different regions. So we had person from Hungary, we had person from Bulgaria. So really to make sure that all the procedures that are covering the needs of everyone. And then the consultations also with our GMs, because at the end of the day, it's about feasibility of implementation. And on the top, all the procedures and standards that were voted by Bureau Veritas. So here, I would say we have got different layers of working. And then in terms of what to activate, should we activate the first destination or the hotel? As I said, it's country by country. For Poland, where we are in the, I would say, happy situation because it's a 50% domestic market. What we are going to do, it's to reactivate definitely domestic travelers. So what we did is we opened in the majority of, in the key cities, a few hotels, not all of them immediately. And then we are promoting those hotels. But still, if you are, for example, you are normally staying in the Mercure and this hotel is closed, then automatically you are somehow transferred, or even if you are, for example, staying in Ibis, then we are giving you Novotel, and sometimes in the same with the same price. So for the guests, it's very encouraging to use us. And for the destination, here I think it's the big role of also the authorities. But that's what we are also doing. We are pushing the destinations. For example, for our members, we are pushing the destinations, and then immediately it's the choice of clients, which hotel he wants to stay. And we are in this lucky situation that we are offering from super ultra eco, from Ibis budget to the luxury where you have got in our portfolio Raffles. So we are giving that choice. But at the end of the day, it's the most important to attract them to the destination, and then he's choosing out of our hotel's portfolio, the guest, I mean.
Joanna, thank you for this conversation and your valuable answers. I think we are out of the time. I wish you great season and take care.
Thank you very much. I just want to seize that opportunity to wish you all the best. I hope that it's going to be a great season despite of everything what's going on, and that you will find your own way. I'm sorry one more time for not being with you from very end. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.